Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Today, super fun. We're gonna dive back into these map tours and show you guys everything you need to know when it comes to Parker.
That's right. Check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time checking out the channel, welcome. And hey, guys, while you're here, we drop a new one of these videos every Tuesday and every Thursday. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss a single one.
100%. And we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So the number that's popping up below, we are the guys trying to the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, let's get back into these Google Earth tours. We'll still have some drone footage and some different stuff, but love these, super interactive, and a lot of help for a lot of folks lately. So we're going to dive back in and give you guys another one, but this one being specific to Parker.
All right, so to start off, guys, we're going to kick it off here at milehighpropertybros.com. This is our website that we had custom built out for all of you guys. And if you scroll down, you're going to see this map here where if you highlight over different areas, it's going to highlight the boundaries of the city. For today, let's go ahead and click on Parker. And I want to just give you guys a quick overview as far as the boundaries and then the average price of homes and just a couple examples of some of the homes you can find down there really before we jump into Google Earth and kind of give you guys a tour. So if you look here on the north side, you can see that this goes almost all the way up to, let me zoom out here a little bit, to Centennial. It literally does border Centennial, which is just west of Aurora and it's just east of Lone Tree.
Right, and just like a big landmark, once you guys are out here in town and you guys are traveling down like Parker Road or South Parker Road or i.e. Highway 83, E470 and Parker Road are pretty much like, you've got a couple neighborhoods that kind of go north of that, but for the most part, E470 is like one of your major landmarks that kind of divides Parker from the rest of Centennial.
Right here. That's right. That's right. So we sit just on the south side of that. So scrolling down here just a touch, guys, what you're going to find here is that the average sold price of homes is $672,000.
Well, before you see that, what we also see on the far left, it's just Eli's super cute photo.
Yeah,
Parker versus just Will and Eli. So I don't know what his strategy is. If he's like, am I just an ingrown hair in his business? I don't know. But somebody make sure that we get
that. That's right.
Honey.
So as we can see here, guys, $672,000 is the average sold price that you're going to find here in Parker. And what you'll find is you'll find everything from like this one right here is probably about a 1995, maybe year 2000 build, all the way to some brand new builds, like you can see here. And then right in between, and Parker is one of the few places in Colorado where in certain places you can find this, you can find acreage, outbuildings, things like this, while still being fairly close to everything that Parker has to offer.
Right, to include golf courses, like something that we're not showing you guys here is you got a couple of really nice golf courses just off of South Parker Road that are amazing communities. One of them kind of rests up against Castle Rock, but really cool. So whether it's golf course delivering, whether it's a little bit of like townhome and condo as you go up north into Parker, whether it's acreage that you guys want, or if it's just a couple really nice neighborhoods in like suburbia per se that you guys would want, you literally have everything that's out here, which is super cool.
So let's jump over to Google Earth here, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and hit Parker, Colorado. We're gonna jump on the spaceship and go ahead and zoom in here, all right?
So cool.
All right, beautiful. Now, what I wanted to do was start off really towards kind of the north side of Parker, and there's a ton of neighborhoods in Parker, but I want to just go down some of the more notable ones and go over some of their characteristics, and then some of what you guys might find just interesting while you're in and around town. Now, before we start off, I want to point out over here on the right-hand side, you've got Southeast Aurora. You guys know we're huge fans. We've done a ton of stuff out there.
You can see the reservoir.
You can see the reservoir.
That's Aurora Reservoir right there. So you guys can tell how much like E470, which is yellow, is just a main thoroughfare that goes right down into Parker. And then if you guys go, I'm guessing a little bit southwest, you guys would see Castle Rock and Castle Pines, which is just right down here.
Down here.
So now you guys can kind of see like the entries and exit points of Parker. And when we talk about Parker not having as much commercial It does. It's got stores. It's got King Soopers and grocery stores and a couple things, gas stations. But when it comes to like bigger commercial shopping, this is the entries and exit points when it comes to northeast or southwest on each point of Parker. That then takes you 15 minutes to, if you go northeast, 15 minutes to southeast Aurora, or taking you 15 minutes down into Castle Rock, you guys can have all the shopping that you need. So even though it doesn't have a ton, it doesn't necessarily require a ton depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah, very true. Now, guys, starting off here around this like Cottonwood, Dove Valley area. So Dove Valley is actually where the Broncos training center is, correct?
Eli didn't even know football. Hey, the fact that you only had me or you on our website, like, all right, you're like that.
You're
all
on
right,
there.
Point Eli. All right, like you're winning some points here. The fact that
at.
you know Dove Valley is for the Broncos.
That's right. There we go. So that sits just outside of Parker. Right. It's actually Centennial. And then up here, you've got Cottonwood. So Cottonwood is a really good, I'll call it like affordable place at Parker, kind of entry level. I actually used to live here for years.
These are great, like first time homes, a little bit older homes. Yep. When it comes to like Parker, this is one of the original developments, correct?
Yeah. And this is one of the few places in Parker that actually sits north of 470 here. And then when you guys are in Parker or living around Parker, this right here, this is a big, our grocery store here is primary one is called King Soopers. This is a really big, really fancy King Soopers. So if you guys are living anywhere,
it's one of the organic ones, right? So this has a ton of like just different options. It's not like your typical really King Soopers. That's just like your normal commercial grade grocery store. It's one of their like organic whole food style King Soopers, which is really cool.
That's right. And then what all of you guys are always looking for right over here. So you've got a massive Costco right here. Okay. So this Costco is a big deal. We actually just got, it's not here yet, but there right now is a Trader Joe's that is right over here. So within one shopping center, you've got Costco, you've got Trader Joe's, and then supposedly word has it that there's a Whole Foods coming in right here or right here. So a little bit of Trader Joe's competition, but just really good options for a lot of you guys. I know those are kind of like must-have stores for you.
And you've got Boondocks just past that. So this has like really putt-putt, go-karts, indoor arcades. So for kiddos' birthdays or for weekend fun, for summer fun or whatever it may be for kiddos, typically does pretty well.
Yeah, 100%. That's a really, really good one there. Now let's come back here. And what we're going to do, guys, we're going to zoom out. Let me reorient. And okay, so let's touch on some of the major roads here. We talked about 470 that you've got here. Now, one of the primary ones that you're going to have is Highway 83. That's this one that runs up and down here. Let me make sure I've got these turned on. Yeah, that's Parker Road. And this one right here. Yep, so we can see Highway 83 now or Parker Road. That's going to be your primary north-south road that cuts all the way through Parker. And honestly, this road will take you all the way down to Colorado Springs, believe it or not.
And it's actually a beautiful drive. So I know you guys don't need to take Parker Road all the way to Colorado Springs. You guys could hop on I-25 and save yourself a little bit of time. But Highway 83/Parker Road going south takes you all the way into like Black Forest.
Yeah.
There's a couple small little like national parks that are down there as you drive through. Really, really, really pretty drive. And if you are going to go to the Springs and it's already, 3 or 4 o'clock, you actually might be better taking Highway 83 all the way down. But really, really cool drive. If you guys are bored, if you just got some free time and you want to get lost on a fun 2-lane road, that's a really good one to do.
Yes. Now let's talk east-west. So here, if you guys can see, I'm tracing the mouse right now, you've got Lincoln Avenue. So Lincoln Avenue is going to be a primary east-west for you. And what you'll primarily use Lincoln for is if you are in Parker, let's say over here, and you are trying to head to Lone Tree, where we have Park Meadow Shopping Mall, you're going to take Lincoln all the way over.
Or even if you're just headed to the highway, because like right where Eli has his, right, so this is I-25 here, guys. So you might be using Lincoln Avenue to head to I-25 and then north into DTC or downtown. Or whatnot. But Lincoln's one of the few that go all the way across.
It is. And then this other one here, let's talk Main Street. Okay, so you're going to see Main Street, another primary east-west, and then here's Parker Road. On the east side of Parker Road, Main Street, this is where you come into downtown Parker. So, downtown Parker isn't huge, but it is really cute. It is really quaint. There's some cool little places around there. There's a massive park right here. Yeah, let's dive in there. We've done a couple videos here.
You're so good at this.
And thank you. In O'Brien Park, big baseball stadium. You'll see guys playing like softball and stuff here. You've got the big Parker H2 O'Brien pool.
This is like a water park and whatnot now, right? Like it's not just that. You've got like some water park stuff over there.
Yeah, so they did recently build all of this out. But guys, let's just take a little trip down Main Street here. And actually, let me just jump on Main Street. All right, so this is just the very front entrance to downtown Parker. And you've got a couple places here. So this is called the Parker Garage. Really good food, good little date night spot. This is the tailgate. This is a classic Parker hangout. Every weekend or Friday nights, they'll have live bands that play out here. Yeah, indoor, outdoor, really cool spot. And then this is another good little restaurant here. So if you guys come down, you can see it's not massive. There's nothing overly fancy, but...
Right. They've utilized a lot of the old school style buildings.
Yep.
And just reintegrated like just different businesses into them. You've got like the old like Parker Station down here to the left.
Yep.
Cool.
So the other thing too that you'll find here is what's called Parker Days. And this is actually coming up, I think in June here, in just a couple of weeks. And this is where they will build out all of this, this whole park area.
Even down to all the way over here.
Yeah, guys, this all turns into just basically carnival rides, food,
it's carnival rides, and then it's teenagers going down having fun. It's people, and like it does get super busy during Parker Days on that one strip. Yeah. What I do like is most of your parking is off road. Some people will park across the street at the Safeway or the Chase Bank, things like that, and they cross the street. It doesn't necessarily add a ton of traffic to Parker Road, believe it or not. Like as far as parking getting dissipated, it's not terrible, but it does get super packed. I was there last year, and it feels like you're still waiting a long time for rides.
Oh, yeah, you are.
There's so many people, even from outside, like Southeast Aurora, people come here. A lot of folks are coming here, so I feel like the lines are long. Depending on your tolerant for crowds, I'm not sure that like if that's for you or if it's not for you, you'll definitely get a couple like hot rods down here, and people might be speeding a little bit on Parker Road. So something just to be a little bit more hyper vigilant around when that's going on. But overall, cool experience. But it's like a traditional carnival. You've got the good hot dogs and the pretzels and the carnival rides and all that stuff.
Yeah. Now, guys, this is going to be your primary shopping area. Okay, so once we get south of Main Street, you have this whole area here, and you guys, if you've listened to our Parker videos before, you've heard me say that I don't think Parker has that good of commercial developments, and you'll see what I mean.
It's definitely coming along, but
it is, and I mean, you've got your Target, you've got a Walmart, you've got a Home Depot, Safeway, Hobby Lobby. There's a Planet Fitness, a few chain restaurants down here. Your Panera Bread. This is really kind of the heart of it. There's a 24-hour fitness here
outside of like the organic King Supers,
yes,
and Trader Joe's that are up north.
Yeah, the majority of them are going to be here, but there's really no like big outdoor shopping mall or something like that.
You're good. You just got like a couple like little spots of like some commercial development where you've got stores, but like when you go to Castle Rock, you've got the outlets, which has an exuberant amount of outlet stores, but it also has a ton, probably 3 times the amount of that, in addition to the outlets now that are over there. Southeast Aurora, you've got Southlands Mall, Lone Tree, and all that. You've got Park Meadows Mall. North Aurora's got Aurora Mall. You've got Cherry Creek Mall down towards Central Denver. But again, not to disrespect Parker, I don't think you guys need like that large of a mall here because you've got Castle Rock and because you've got Southeast Aurora.
I'm just spoiled. That's what it is.
You're a little entitled right now.
I'm spoiled. That's all.
You're asking a lot for only having you on the photo. Somebody please remind him he has a business partner.
I'm not going to live that down.
Or apparently Eli is looking for another partner. I don't know.
I'm not going to live that down. Okay, now guys, we talked.
This is a great view.
Yeah, we talked about commercial developments and stuff that are around here, just to kind of reorient. That's that Target, that whole shopping center. What I want to do is I want to go directly east here and show you guys this Canterberry area, because right around here, you've got, just a ton of homes. You've got Canterberry Golf Course out here. Now, this is a neighborhood, guys, that you're going to see homes primarily built from the 90s to very early 2000s. You've got great schools that are out here, really good golf course. Not a big, notable golf course in the state, but it is a great community golf course. And then out here, as you guys can see on the outskirts, this is really where you go from kind of this traditional,
suburbia,
kind of track homes here, suburbia, to some of these, these are probably 1.5 acre to maybe 2 acre lots, kind of depending on how far they go out here. And then this would just be called East Parker, okay? There are some specific neighborhoods out here, but for the most part, people just refer to it as East Parker. And this is one of those areas that in Colorado, it is hard to find acreage while still being close to, suburban homes and areas.
Right.
Parker's one of the few places where you can actually find that.
And it's nice because you can have this much space and feel like it's nice and quiet and you're out there on your own, but you can still DoorDash or Uber Eats or be within 10 minutes of a grocery store. Maybe not a large mall like we're talking about, but a lot of times, depending on the state that you guys come from, in order to have that much land and peace and quiet per se, it's a lot more of a hike to get just regular grocery shopping, or like I say, Uber Eats or DoorDash and things like that, just conveniently to your house. So really unique opportunity with some of these.
Yes, definitely. Now, guys, let's keep working our way down south. So we're gonna pretend like we're driving south here on Parker Road. Okay,
down toward like Ponderosa High School.
Yep. So you're gonna hit this road called Hilltop. Now this used to all just be nothing. Okay, and you can still see it. Nothing is showing up here, but we're gonna show some footage right now. You've got this Fuzzy's Taco Shop, this really good Hertz Donut. We've done videos there before.
Great spot.
Yeah, so they've really taken this whole intersection here, and this is all commercial now, which has been really quite awesome for Parker.
And I like how they update that they at least show the label of what's there, even though they don't have a picture of it. It's nice that they have that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as we continue to drive south here, you're going to see a few different neighborhoods. And of course, we're going through these a little bit, but you've got Stonegate, which is a big older one up here just south of Cottonwood. You've got Antelope Heights and Newland Meadows. That's a new build neighborhood out here. Homes are going to be in about the low 7s. And then coming down here, you've got Anthology, which is a real pretty, real popular one here in Parker. These are going to be newer. They are still building out here as well. But then what I wanted to get down to was right down here.
The Pinery here.
2 of these. Yep. So we've got the Pinery here on the east side. And then we've got Pradera. Whoa.
Down south, yep.
Getting a little crazy with it. Pradera down here. Now let's start with the Pinery, okay? The Pinery is one of, I'll call it an oasis in Parker.
It's really cool.
It's so interesting because so much of Parker is flat. You can still see the mountains. The Rocky Mountains, you can still see them. But Parker is this oasis in a sense that there are so many trees, there are so many hills. It feels almost like you're in the mountains, right?
It does. You've got some elevation right here. If you guys can't tell from just this map that we're on, you guys can see a little bit of the elevation that happens. You've got some great green that happens. Right now we've been getting a lot of rain in Colorado, which means these lakes are full. It's super green right now. But what I love is that they, when they have the Pinery, and when we talk about the one across the street on west of Parker Road, what they've done a great job is they've really dug down in and around the landscape, and they've utilized a lot of the pine trees and a lot of the landscape.
Oh, yeah.
And believe it or not, they built in and around it versus tearing everything down and just building it. So both of these golf courses are amazing, and the landscape is really cool. Hard to tell as far as how big these hills actually are when you're around them, but you literally feel like you're up tucked within a little mountain town.
Oh yeah, you do. And all
but you still got neighbors, and you're still 10 minutes from
100%. You've got, so you can see here how this home is sitting.
Some of them get way more condensed with vegetation.
Oh yeah, they do. But guys, there's space. You're not right on top of your neighbors. There's gorgeous trees. There's so many deer in the Pinery. You'll if we cruise around Street View long enough, you'd probably see a deer on the side of the road.
Yeah, and you'll
somewhere.
see we're going uphill right now. There's a lot of big pine trees.
There is. So gorgeous homes down here. So if you guys are looking for something that is not in the mountains, that is affordable, and
a little bit more private.
A little more private.
Just having a neighbor right next door.
Man, yeah, this is, the Pinery could be a really, really good option for you. And it really just breaks the mold of that, traditional cookie cutter home. And then this Bingham Lake, I believe this is 1 mile exactly around. Man, it's really good for exercise, taking the dogs out, and again, like Will mentioned, golf. Now, if you go on this south side, you've got South Pinery and you've got North Pinery. South Pinery, this is going to be even newer than up here, and just, man, really beautiful homes. They put them in here a little bit tighter. Yep. We'll go right there.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool.
Yep. Again, just tons of trees. Not a whole lot of sidewalk out here, which kind of gives it that mountain feel.
Yeah, just on your main roads like this. If you turn left or right out of this, you guys would have some main sidewalk area.
Yeah.
Some of the sides not as much.
Exactly. So, guys, let's head over to the west side, over to Pradera. Yeah. All right, so now, again, here's Parker Road. We're going to jump on the west side of that, and we've got Pradera here. Now, let's go ahead and start at the
country club.
Let's
so
start.
Pradera has a full-on country club versus across the street. They've got a country club and things like that as well. This is more of a full-time, active country club as far as activities and memberships with golf and all that good stuff.
Yep, really, really good restaurant here. You can do weddings here. The golf course is spectacular. Let's see, I can't quite get back there. Let me come back out here. Now, homes in Pradera, guys, they are still doing some custom builds out there. The primary build is pretty much complete, but what is it, Celebrity that's building out there? Is that where you're looking?
Yeah, you've got Celebrity, and I think there's one other, there's a handful kind of going up, like if you, more so, more so like in this area, that are going up, but a lot of it's just very established because this eventually expires when it comes to Crowfoot Valley Road.
Yep.
Eventually that runs out, and eventually as you zoom out, you'll kind of climb this hill up out of Pradera.
Yep.
And then this is all Macanta. This is all Castle Rock.
Yep.
So you guys can see how Crowfoot Valley, this main road, really just goes all the way through like the backside of Parker into Castle Rock. And this is sometimes a lot quicker getting into Castle Rock versus the others. But if you guys can tell when you're looking at the Club Pradera where it's green, and then you see all this elevation between that and then heading left, which would be technically southwest.
Yep.
Over that into Castle Rock. So Pradera is just it's super exclusive. It's really nice. Still homes available. A couple new ones, like you said. And then if you go north, there's another development going up right here.
Yep. So I believe that's Looking Glass.
It is.
Yep.
But what I'm getting at, guys, is between running into Crowfoot Valley in elevation or running into Looking Glass, Pradera is very exclusive in a sense of like it's surrounded by some things. So there's only so much that can grow there in and around the golf course, which again keeps it exclusive, keeps price points great where they need to be, keeps the demand high. But great spot, and yes, I do still have some new builds there, but just definitely not in the amounts that that Macanta or Looking Glass have.
Yeah, and I would say as far as like the vibe at Pradera too, surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, you find a ton of young families there. Mm-hmm. There are a good amount of like retirees and some older folks that want to purchase there and just play golf and stuff, but then the club itself, like there's huge Easter egg hunts there and Christmas events, and very much as a family type of atmosphere and environment.
It's secluded. It's off the beaten path. Like people like a little bit of like downtime and somewhat privacy or somewhat exclusivity to where there's not just a ton of cars they might not know driving around, right? And then again, for the country club, a lot of folks are just really active in Colorado. So the golf is great. People love that. But I think in Colorado, people are just being so active. They utilize that place for so much more. And I think just the lifestyle you get with pickleball and tennis and different stuff, they like it. But for me, just being a father, we were looking at moving there when we ended up moving to Southeast Aurora. And part of the reason was like I'm a terrible golfer. I had nothing to do with that. It was all the workouts that the wife and family can attend. And it was also just like the traffic is just slower through Pradera because you're not really using Pradera. Like you'll use Crowfoot Valley to go from Parker to Castle Rock. No one's really going through Pradera unless there's a reason to be in Pradera. So it just keeps traffic and things like that to a minimum, which keeps the neighborhoods quiet.
It does. And then, guys, before we're done with Parker, I know we already mentioned this, but you're going to be utilizing Castle Rock and Southeast Aurora on a regular basis. Again, not that you would need to, but you're probably going to want to. Like, for example, I live out here in Elizabeth. I could go to the gym in Parker, but I choose to go to the gym in Castle Rock, right? I just enjoy more of what Castle Rock has to offer. There's way more restaurants and stuff out there that are more our style. So definitely don't feel that it needs to be an either or thing. Like, is it Southeast Aurora or Parker or Castle Rock?
I mean, you're almost smack dab in the middle. I know Southeast Aurora looks a little bit further away from where it's shown, but it's really not. It's really about equal amount of time. And I will say this, just to be on the positive side for Parker, a lot of people that live in Parker that are prior clients and some are friends of ours, they absolutely love that it doesn't have everything Castle Rock does because they don't get all the influx of people coming into their town over the weekends and things like that. They'd rather go travel for what they need 10 or 15 minutes and then just their little town, right? It's just a little bit more quiet, less traffic, right? Yes. So depending on how you're looking at this, depending on what you guys are looking for specifically, you might absolutely love that it doesn't have all that.
One last place I want to point out here in Parker. I think we gave us a really good overview of the primary neighborhoods that are out there. You guys got to see just, some of the cool places
the rec
like
center.
Pradera.
There's a big rec center out there.
Yeah, huge rec center out there. This little place called Wild Goose Saloon, as you can see here.
We just had our client appreciation there.
We did. We did. Yeah, super cool. Pretty much brand new bar in Parker. But
live bands.
Yeah. We had a ton of you guys out there. It was awesome to see. If any of our clients are watching this, thank you guys so much for coming out.
So super fun. So just to be clear, when it comes comes to the commercial side of Parker, yes, it does have it. Yes, arguably maybe it has maybe more than some areas. It's just all spread out versus finding it all in one location. It makes it a little bit more convenient for you guys on a day in and day out. But definitely a cool spot. I know we didn't cover too much on like Jordan and up toward I-25. Yeah. There's not a ton. There's some new builds out there. There's not a ton, but something as far as like honorable mention.
Yeah, let's hit that real quick because that's actually
like Meridian is technically like Denver Tech Center.
That's actually really good. So on this east side of Parker or west side of Parker,
a lot of new development there.
A lot of new developments, even down here. Like right now, guys, this is pretty much all open space, but you can tell that they're prepping the land to really start building. There's not a whole lot in between here. This Meridian area that Will was just pointing out, this is going to be a ton of apartments and stuff that you've got here because you're so close to the Denver Tech Center.
And then just inside of like Lone Tree, you guys have Skyridge Medical Center, right? Yes, but here's what's really cool about Parker when it comes to like medical facilities. You've got Skyridge, which is right here, which is technically Lone Tree.
Yep.
But then you've also got Parker Adventist right on the north side of Parker, which is pretty much Parker and
right
470.
By that Costco.
100%, right? So, and then you've also got a large Lifetime Fitness right there by that hospital.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's really good.
Just by having to scroll around a lot, guys, to show you stuff, I hope what we're trying to capture here is like the commercial's not lacking per se, but as you guys can see, as much as we have to kind of scroll around to go find it in these different pockets, if you guys are looking at commuting somewhere for your stuff during the week or whatever it may be, they're just all so separate versus having one location that's got the majority of it, like an outdoor mall experience or things like that. But still plenty, but the medical facility is super cool that you guys have one on both ends of the town. Super cool. Yep. And we had our son born at Parker Adventist.
You did.
Amazing. And then we had our next son who was just born. He's 10 weeks old. He was just born at Skyridge. So both great experiences overall.
So guys, I lived in Parker for years, as a lot of you guys probably know. Can't say enough great things about it. It was a really good place to essentially raise our family. Ultimately, we ended up moving out to Elizabeth, which is a little more south, a little more east, a little more rural. But Parker was, I was happy to call Parker home for a long time.
And whether you guys are calling Parker home or any of these other places homes, just a reminder with this number popping back up below, yes, we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado. And yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we love more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number that's still up below, we are the guys trying to phone calls, text messages, and those emails. It's something we can do to help you guys with Parker or anything else. We would love to hear from you guys. But that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Eli's going to fix our website.
Edit the website, yep.
We'll see you guys.
See you guys.